Have you ever thought that in just a few brief seconds, a peaceful scene can turn into a survival nightmare? Across the vast savanna, they approach in silence, lock onto their target, and suddenly unleash a violent attack so intense that no one can react in time. Right after this are the most brutal attacks by lions and tigers that you could never imagine. Watch closely. Lion versus buffalo. At watering sites, buffalo often fall into the sights of apex predators. The hungry lions quickly approach the smallest buffalo from behind. When buffalo stand in the water, lions often hesitate because they lose their advantage in speed and stability. With horns made of keratin harder than a lion's bones, charging into the water would pose a huge risk. The stalemate lasts until the buffalo decides to leave the water and move on to land. Immediately, hunting instinct is triggered as the target steps into the predator's safe zone. Sensing a herd member being isolated, a fully grown buffalo with far greater mass charges in to rescue its kin, ending a failed hunting attempt. A buffalo is separated from the herd on the open savanna. Lions quickly surround it, splitting formation to close in from multiple directions. Repeated lunges aimed at the flank and hind legs cause the buffalo to lose balance and collapse. But its herd will not remain passive. The hunting success rate of lions is only about 25 to 30%, and buffalo are the prey responsible for the most fatal counterattacks on lions. But prolonged hunger pushes these predators to accept the risk. One side fights for food, the other fights for survival. Despite attempts to save their kin, the herd understands that in this hunt, blood must be spilled to protect the group. In nature, individual strength only matters when tied to the collective. Once isolated, even the strongest become targets, and nature has no place for unconditional sacrifice. A solitary male lion moves cautiously across rocky outcrops, eyes fixed on a distant herd of unsuspecting buffalo. Using sloped terrain and brush for cover, it bursts into a powerful sprint. The target is a calf lagging behind. Chaos erupts as the lion delivers a precise strike, knocking the prey down the steep hillside. However, the hunt does not end there. Instead of fleeing, the adult buffalo regroup, displaying strong herd protection behavior. But when the calf is successfully rescued, no miracle occurs. It has already died before reuniting with its family. Rather than defending the carcass and risking its life against buffalo horns, it chooses to wait. It knows buffalo cannot guard the calf forever. It does not eat on the spot for fear the herd will return. Using its powerful jaws, it grips the carcass and carries it elsewhere. Lion versus wildebeest. A lone wildebeest grazes on the plains, unaware that predators are closing in from behind.
To avoid warning the former and scaring off the latter.
They exploit wind direction and the prey's lack of awareness to close the distance.
A few minutes later, Amici had parked the Land Cruiser in a straight line.
It seems the wildebeest senses something, but the surrounding silence eases its concern.
Nonetheless, the hunt was over before it had even really started.
This time, teamwork proves decisive. One lion approaches from behind to lock the head, while another uses body weight to knock the prey to the ground.
Of course, the fight was not particularly fair. An injured
With a bite evolved to suffocate thick-skinned prey, accessing the soft neck area allows lions to unleash their full hunting capability. Lions have wide jaws and canine teeth about 7 to 10 centimeters long. They apply just enough bite force to clamp onto the throat and hold for long periods, sometimes 10 to 20 minutes, until the prey suffocates. And skill, strategy, and persistence will always decide the final victor. Lion versus topi antelope. On the grassland, a mature topi antelope is in the process of giving birth, a newborn calf about to enter the world. The mother begins licking the calf's body. This instinctive behavior dries the fur, stimulates breathing, and most importantly, removes the scent of blood and fluids to avoid detection by predators from afar. But she does not realize that from a distance, a predator is silently closing in with hurried steps. A lioness appears from behind a large termite mound. The mother has no choice but to flee, leaving behind the calf that cannot yet stand on its weak legs. Lions do not chase glory, they chase results. The lioness toys with the calf briefly before delivering a decisive bite to end the hunt. Choosing a calf is not cowardice. It is the mathematics of nature, the lowest cost for the highest gain. Lion versus donkey. Across arid plains, survival never favors the slow.
Clear of people and livestock. And this time,
the presence of lions not only attracts scavengers, but signals that a hunt is about to begin.
big trouble.
And today's unlucky victims are donkeys.
Donkeys have been...
Lion muscle fibers are designed to generate massive explosive force instantly. Within the first 20 meters, lions can close distance extremely fast. An adult male lion outweighs a donkey significantly, allowing it to use body mass to pin and disable the donkey's legs.
Least of all.
Although some individuals bear marks from previous encounters, once distance is close enough, killer instinct erupts. A meal earned through maximum effort reinforces the dominance of the land's ruler.
These last 45 minutes.
Lion versus nyala antelope. A lioness silently approaches from the brush, but the nyala antelope's alertness allows it to detect danger within seconds. Choosing to retreat into the lake is a risky survival tactic. As the lion watches from shore, water becomes a barrier against direct attack. However, the sudden appearance of a second predator from within the lake changes the nyala's defensive plan. A tense confrontation begins. The nyala does not flee. It stands firm, using its long, sharp horns as optimal defensive weapons. The lioness, despite killer instinct, remains extremely cautious against an agitated opponent ready to strike back. Unlike buffalo that rely on mass for direct impact, nyala specialize in stabbing. A single thrust can pierce skin and drive deep into a lion's organs. The nyala decides to launch a powerful charge in hopes of escape. The antelope's persistence and ferocity completely disrupt the hunting plan. Once surprise advantage is lost, the lion retreats to conserve energy. Tiger versus gaur. The gaur is the largest wild cattle species on Earth, with adult males reaching nearly 2 meters tall. Curved horns and massive muscle are their primary defenses against predators. Yet even this imposing size does not deter the persistence of the Bengal tiger, the only predator willing to confront them directly.
Frequently tackle prey many times their own weight.
An explosive attack occurs when a solitary individual exposes a weakness during movement. The predator quickly identifies and isolates the most viable target. Bengal tigers have a bite force of about 1,000 pounds per square inch, stronger than lions. This is enough to penetrate the gaur's extremely thick neck skin, up to 3 to 5 centimeters. Hunting a gaur is the ultimate test of the title, Lord of the Jungle. One small mistake in the neck bite, and the tiger could be impaled by horns or crushed by 1,000 kilograms of mass. Tiger versus monkey. In rainforest ecosystems, survival sometimes depends not on strength, but on spatial control. The monkeys in this video possess long forelimbs and flexible shoulder joints, allowing rapid swinging movements that grant absolute height advantage over ground predators. The footage shows deliberate harassment behavior. Instead of keeping safe distance, the monkey repeatedly drops lower and uses its hands to strike the tiger's head. This strategy disrupts the predator's focus, forcing the tiger to waste energy on futile counterattacks. Differences in reflex speed and terrain use allow the primate to maintain control throughout the encounter. By sustaining constant pressure, the monkey turns an apex predator into a behaviorally controlled target. What you have just seen shows why lions and tigers are considered nature's top predators. Strength, speed, and coordinated tactics turn every attack into a ruthless life or death struggle. However, Lions do not always win, as prey fight back, and sometimes recklessness costs the hunter dearly. If you felt the intensity and haunting nature of these moments, please like, leave a comment, and subscribe to continue exploring the most authentic survival stories of the wild world. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. See you again on the next journey.